What's up, my fellow gamers? In today's video we got our best beginner's guide for the global launch for the brand new mobile game Lord of Nazarick. Like and sub for more amazing gaming content. This is based on a popular anime. I'm not familiar with the anime, but I've been enjoying this game. And when you first start off, you got to go through the tutorial and you're going to be met with a summoning banner. That's going to be a newbie summoning banner. So you're gonna have three different ones: New World Summon, Crimson, Pupil, and Abyss, and then the newbie. Go ahead and just keep playing the game until you get 10 summoning tickets. They're gonna look like this. So these New World Summoning tickets, don't waste your shooting star summoning rings on that newbie one. Wait until you go ahead and you get 10, because you can use these summoning shooting star ones on the newbie one, but you want to save those for this exclusive one, because this exclusive one you can only use those rings with. And then go ahead and summon on that new player banner. And what it's going to do is it has a built-in reroll mechanic in it. So what it's going to do is it's going to let you reroll 30 times, and each time it's going to give you a guaranteed SSR character. From what I know, you can only get one SSR character from this, so you can reroll as many times as you want. It'll never give you two, it'll only ever give you one. You also have the option to save a good roll, which you're going to see the little bottom icon. It says save your lineup or save. You're going to click that when you get a good roll that you want to keep, and then make sure you go ahead and you save it into one of the two slots. That way it'll be saved for you and you can continue to re-roll, and you might get something better. The reason you would do this is, let's say you get the character that you want, but all of the other pulls are really bad. So you could keep summoning, and that way you can get that SSR you want, and then some additional SR characters as well, because that's really what you want. You want to get your main SSR character that you want, and then you want to get as many SR characters in that same 10 pull. Now the character that I am going to recommend you re-roll for is going to be this character right here. This is the one that I got. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the anime or how to say their names. But this guy right here is absolutely insanely strong. He is an AoE damage dealer. He puts the bleed effect on enemies, and he also has that heal reduction as well. Out of all the different SSRs that you can get from that newbie banner, I think this is by far the best one. Next thing is you're going to be going to the next banner, and that's going to be the Crimson, Pupil, and Abyss. From here, you can actually choose which character you want to have as your guaranteed choice. You have this guy right here, this AoE burn guy, and then you also have this chick over here who does AoE burst. The one that I'm going to recommend is the AoE burn guy. I went ahead, I got super lucky and pulled him. I'm free to play, and the pulls, the gacha on this has been insane. I got some really good characters without spending any money, and you can see that I got this guy. I also got another SSR, and then I even got another SSR. So the game has been very free to play friendly for the gacha system, at least early on. I got a lot of really good characters, but this is my main lineup. So we have our AoE bleed guy, which is amazing. Pairing him up with that other guy, he does AoE burn and control. Being able to go ahead and put the burn effect on an enemy from him, and then also the bleed effect, it's a lot of damage over time effects on the enemy, and it just adds up. It adds so much extra damage. So these two combined are an insane combo. Then we also have our single chase multi-hit, so it's good to have someone who does really good single target damage. So she just goes ahead and adds extra burn and pairs pretty well with our other character that has the burn. So you can see that I have a lot of AoE damage dealing characters that have burn and bleed. The other option though is you could take her out and you could put like a healer in, or you know, someone else. When it comes to the best usage for your diamonds, sapphires, whatever you want to call this premium currency, the magic crystals, I am going to suggest you save it for stamina. I am a very big advocate for never using your premium currency in these types of gacha games on the summons. And that there's a bunch of reasons why, but mainly the game gives you so many summons for free. We have 1,000 free draws over 30 days. Like, there's so many free summons we get from this game there really isn't a need to go ahead and waste your magic crystals on summons. Use your magic crystals for stamina, because you are going to get to a point where you're just going to run out of stamina. You ain't going to be able to play anymore, and you're going to be kind of pissed that you got to wait for your stamina refresh. That's when this comes in very, very handy. Go ahead, buy the stamina with your magic crystals. The next thing you want to do is you want to prioritize your main quest in that top left corner, but really what you want to focus on is your expedition. You want to get as far as you can in your expedition to the point where it says you can't do it anymore, you can't do the next chapter, because you need to go and start doing the story quests. The way this game works is it has this like main story, and then there's also like a side quest. And as you progress through the story, it's going to have like cutscenes and little battles. And these battles are typically going to give you demos of other characters. But the real heart and soul of the game is the expedition. You also have your hard area as well, which I just unlocked hard mode. But this is where you're going to get a lot of materials for powering up your characters. So you're going to come into the expedition area and you're going to do all these different chapters. You're going to get puzzle pieces for different characters. You're going to get lots of different items that you're going to need. The other reason that the expedition is important is the expedition dictates how far you can go ahead with your character's skills. So if we head on over to our characters, go to one of these, and we'll go to where it says skill. We want to try and upgrade our character's skills. Some of these are locked based on our progress in expedition. So if I click this, you'll see at the bottom, unlock requirements, clear expedition easy 310 stage. So I cannot even go ahead and activate this until I get that far in expedition. So you really want to make sure, like I said, prioritize expedition first until it says, hey, you can't go anymore. Go play the story mode, then go play the story mode. And then when you unlock a new expedition chapter, go back to that. So this will help you power up your characters so much faster, and you'll be able to just have access to these like this one, clear expedition easy 410 stage. So you really got to go through all those expeditions. Those are what kind of hold you back from activating these new skills and power-ups. The way that I do these skills is I kind of prioritize the actual skills as opposed to the stat boosts. So what I do is I'll go ahead and I'll upgrade the skills first. So I'll put a point in here, and then I'll do a point in here, and then I'll leave the attribute bonus last. So for the next area, the number 3, I would activate this first, and then I would go ahead and do the attribute bonuses. And then same thing for this one. I'd actually go with my EX skill first, and then I would go with the other two, because the EX skill is very important. That's like your strongest skill. From there, I want to go ahead and I want to jump into a battle. Let's actually go into the expedition mode really quick so I can show something off. We have our attempts as 5 out of 5, so you can go ahead and you can grind the expedition stages for different materials to power up your characters. But what I want to show is that at the top right corner, you have a captain ability. Make sure you pay attention to this, because you can switch this depending on your lineup, depending on the characters you have. Click where it says captain. You got a bunch of different things to choose from. I got this guy right here. While alive in battle, we got a 75% basic chance to inflict a stack of bleed on the primary target. So really, really awesome. With this guy, within the flames, burn damage is increased by 25%. And then with the other girl, for each debuff the enemies have, all allies skill damage increases by 2%. Now, I don't know if bleed and burn is considered a debuff in this game. I don't think it is, unfortunately. And that's because if we jump into a battle, let's go ahead and start a battle, because I want to do some extra things that I want to talk about when we're in the battle. You can actually click on the characters and see the effects that they have on them. And it doesn't say that like a burn or a bleed is a debuff, but there are other ones that will say like it is a debuff. So if we click and long hold on a character, we can get a bunch of extra stats. We can see what their main stats are, their damage, their skills. But at the top, we can see their status elements. We click this. We can see that bleed is a DOT, which is damage over time effect. It doesn't say that it's a debuff, but if you go ahead and you put like another kind of debuff, it'll say this effect is a debuff. So I just, you gotta be careful about that. I don't know the way these things are worded. The left side is negative status elements. The right side is positive. From there, what I wanna do is click the pause button icon. and you're going to go to where it says settings. Now these are exclusive settings right here that do not show up in the regular settings. These are battle settings, and that's going to be the battle animation. So you can choose to turn this off or once. I usually like to have the leader animation off, but the turn meter can be a little bit confusing to read in the sequence mode. I like to change mine to turn mode. So I put turn mode on for that, and you can see at the bottom, see how much easier it is to read the turn order for all the characters. So I really like that. So I suggest you go into this area, you know, just put turn mode on instead of sequence mode. Sequence mode looks like this, and everything's like stacked on top of each other. I hate that. It's hard to see what's what. So just come in here, we'll go settings, put on turn mode, and then it is so much easier to see the characters and how they're going to go about doing this. So right now, let's see, and we'll go up to the status effects. So defense down is a debuff that decreases defense. So you see, I believe that a burn and a bleed is not considered a debuff, but something like defense down is, because it says it's a debuff. So just keep that in mind. Even if you're not familiar with the anime, I have no idea what's going on with the story. I just skip that. I just like building the characters, and I like the RPG element, and I like the battle and stuff. You can have a lot of fun with this game by just playing it and enjoying, you know, learning about the characters and things. You do not have to be a fan of the anime. You don't even have to know anything about the anime. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.